Algorithm Science Lab, and hope you all are fine. And today I have a topic to discuss with you. And today my topic is about the greatest player from India. You all know Vishy Anand. He's been 5 times world champion and 36 times number one player in India in ranking list. It's not degraded from number one for 36 years. Okay. Okay, so what made him so great? Okay, he's a kind of unique kind of player. Even though, like I've mentioned in my other videos, I like Gary Kasparov's playing style and all. Okay, but Vishy is someone who's very different. Okay, and the most respected person in chess. Okay, of course, I like Vishy, but my first impression was on Gary Kasparov. But what I like about Vishy is like Vishy cannot be compared with anyone. He's like almost exceptional. Okay, like it's truly a legend. Like I've like learned a lot of things about Mr. Chanakya, and like I used to wonder if such players have played chess, how it will be. Just an imagination, okay. And I feel like Chanakya in form of Vishy, okay. So what made him so great? Okay, so I'm going to share some of my personal point of view. Okay, so it's only my personal point of view, so you can take it, or if you don't like, you can ignore it. There's no problem at all. Okay, but anyway, I'll just say a few ideas. Okay, because person to person, the point of view differs. Okay, and this is my own point of view. Okay, first let's analyze Vishy. Why he was so great? Okay, first we have to analyze his nature. Okay, long back there was a British grandmaster called David Norwood came to India, and he wrote about a book about Vishy Anand, Vishy the super talent. Okay, and I had this book very long ago in my home, but I never studied anything in detail. I just wanted to see the games, but I saw like there was like so many content which was in the book, including karma also. Okay, life and karma, everything was there. It was a very detailed kind of instructions was this in that book. I recommend you to strongly buy that book and learn it. Okay, but my perspective point of view, I will just say, first of all, what I feel is like what made him so great is the gratitude. Okay, gratitude is something like takes a player level more and more high. Okay, in the long run, gratitude is what is gratitude? Gratitude is you're being thankful like to what you get. You're always being thankful, and you're so calm, and the gifts where you receive from the universe, you always is to be thankful. Because you see some players, even when they play chess, let's say they win with the h pawn, and what they do in the analysis, if you observe, you will see always they will say, I won and thanks to the h pawn. I won the d pawn queens and thanks to the d pawn. They usually say thanks to the pawn, thanks to the pawn. I used to be wondering, why do they say thanks to the pawn, thanks to the pawn? You see, they even show the gratitude in the board also. Okay, okay. And the other things like what made him so special is like his diet is pure vegetarian. Okay, it's cruel free food in my point of view. Okay, so I don't attack any people who eat non-veg. Okay, because non-veg also like a lot of people eat. Like I also long back, I mean, for a long time I used to eat, and then I quit it. Okay, but because I came to more into the literatures and many other factors. Okay, which changed me. And what I feel is like why you should be like a vegetarian. Okay, so the main thing is it's cruel free, and your nature is going to become very soft. Okay, because also you have to remember like most of the top religions, not there's not top religions, all the religions, let's say all the religions in the higher level, if you analyze, what they really teach is compassion and mercy. Compassion and mercy is what all the religions teach. Okay, and it can be applied to the food also. Like it can be applied to animals also. You can obviously show compassion and mercy to animals also. No religion is going to stop you from that. Okay, the ultimate goal is to be compassionate and merciful. Okay, so he was like a pure vegetarian, and he ate cruel free food, so his nature was very soft and so generous man. Okay, and person with full of wisdom, and very calm and very slow to anger. and had a great control. It doesn't mean they don't get angry, but they have the anger in control. Okay, and that is uh, one strong, one important thing to grow up in life. And he went to extreme top. Okay, and okay, I will show a few things about the universal things, how it works. Okay, in my point of view, like when you your vibe, when a positive vibe comes out of you, it reaches the universe, and the universe gives you with good things. So it is the positive vibe from yourself that is what going to make your environment and your life positive. So gratitude is the key. Okay, so we have, I shared something about Vashi Anand. So you can see, like, whatever I told, he is perfect in all that. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the game now. So this game, you see, he played with Vaseline Tapalo in 2010. And this game is in a must-win situation because Anand lost the first game. Then later on, he won 2 games in a row. Then again, after some games, he lost one more game. Then this is the final game. And in that World Championship tournament, Tapalo was playing extremely strong with white. Okay, he was scoring with the white only. And the final game, Anand got black, and Anand is in a situation to win. Okay, and also Tapalo was really playing very strong in the opening. You see, Anand had some pawns. This pawn, C pawn, looks quite weak because it's not a chain pawn. But Tapalo made some pawn moves. Okay, and it's a difficult situation practically. If White were allowed to play e4, he would play knight e3 at some point. Okay, so let me just show you practically, because right now the e5 square is in the knight's control. So here Anand played pawn to e5, keeping the square in control. Okay, this is very important. And usually in these kind of position, white would go e4 to lock this bishop, and then this knight goes to e3. And then soon the rook joins the attack on the c file, and this pawn could be doomed. Very risky, you see, because he has got chain pawns. And Anand has pawn weaknesses, but however, he balances it with tactical play. That is very important. He is dealing the positional problems with the tactical play. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So Tapalo plays e4. Okay, and this bishop activity is slightly reduced now. So now black has to do something. If black waits, then knight is going to go to e3. Then they have a very strong control over the d5 as well as the f5. And the rooks could switch to the c file, and this pawn will fall, and the game will slowly collapse. Okay, so here to activate this bishop, he found a very strong, innovative idea. Can you spot it? So this bishop needs activity. That's all. Okay. So if no activity, then he's going to lose positionally. So he has to do something. He has to open the diagonal, and this is very crucial match. Okay. And he played f5, very strong. He believes f5 is going to work. He had the feel to create a strong play in the diagonal, and he goes for it. Okay, f5, very instructive. Okay, for example, if they go even knight d2, you can take, they take, and you have a d4 strong d4 square, right? You have this square, so which is very strong, and they won't be able to chase with the pawn. So this is very, very strong. Okay, so let's say in this game, actually, surprisingly, Tapalo took, and now you need to open the diagonal quickly as soon as possible to get a strong play. So here he goes with e4, too strong. Now you see the threats are very strong. Okay, and he has to take. So he took, and now the question is, should we take with the queen or with the bishop? You can think for a moment and come up with a very strong plan. We need to add more power, right? So we can play queen takes e4. That's a great move. Okay, queen takes e4. Check. So king won't be able to go to g1. because we have queen h1, checkmate. For instance, if they go there, we have a mate on h1, right? So they won't be able to go there. So queen e4, Tapala had to go king h3. Now this is very strong, and the king's mobility is 0. So we want to reach the king. So he finds a way to reach the king. How to reach the king? The g4 square is needed, right? And he adds more power because number of attackers is 1 and number of defenders is 1. So he goes for rook d4. Okay, and you can see also Tapalo somehow makes a very strong defense like here, because at that time I think Tapalo used to prepare with a strong chess engine called Ripka. Okay, so you can see like his defense is also somewhat solid even in a weak looking position. He plays knight e3 and he holds the g4. Okay, now the queen couldn't reach the g4. So anyway, the queen wants to reach the king somehow, and Anand comes up with a very strong idea. Like he wants to connect to the king, and he finds a new way to connect to the king, and that is this diagonal, right? E to h5. So he shifts the queen there. So it's ready to go. Queen to h5. Okay, and then Tapalo had to do something about it, otherwise it's going to end the game, right? So he plays g4, and we want to enter there on h5. So how to win this square? He goes with h5, very strong. For instance, if I make some random moves like this, they are going to take, and then queen goes to h4, and the position will collapse. So Tapalo plays a very strange move, but still it's the only move probably. So he plays he plays king h4. He's not giving the square, he's holding. Okay, but king is quite vulnerable. So tactically, the game is over because of the vulnerability. So do you find a way to exploit the weakness of the king position on the h4? So he has defenders. Like if you give some checks, he's going to obviously defend with the pawn. Okay, I think here he won't be able to defend, right? Because it's pinned. Okay, so what he plays is g5. Okay, dragging the king further. Okay, you see, if they do en passant, surprisingly queen g6 is more strong, and then rook g4 is a direct threat. Okay, so that's what happened in the game. And king takes is so bad because if the king comes outside, see also rook g7 adding more power, and it's over, right? So you can see like if they play here rook d6 forcing f6, and then that would create a weakness on g6, so that's a mate. So king h4, again it's so bad. You can just open. I can just open. See, king is more vulnerable. This diagonal is too strong. Game is over. Okay, so therefore, Tapalo does en passant, and then queen captures. There's a direct threat of rook g4, and then he holds with queen f1, allowing rook g4. That's an amazing defense, but still the position is lost. Okay, rook takes g4, and then they won't be able to take with the knight because you can see queen captures g4 is coming. So he had to go to h3. Okay, and now you have a very strong control over the g4 square. So we could imagine the queen coming there. That would be a mate probably. Like if you sacrifice the rook on h4 and then clear the square. But this knight is the defender, so we need to target this knight. So the rook goes to e7, hitting the e3, and then he plays rook f8. King has to go to h7, not allowing knight f5. So wait, king h7 is okay, possible. Okay, here he played king g7 and allowing knight f5, and then king goes to h7. Okay, so king is not coming to this line where it will be exposed to attack. Okay, so now he holds with rook g3 because still rook h4 is a threat, followed by queen g4. So he holds with rook g3, and then white takes, winning the g4 square. H takes, queen goes to g4, king h2, and this line is open. So one more tempo. So rook to e2. From now, white is getting the game actually. So king g1, the position becomes more clear. Okay, so rook g2, he goes for the simple line and forcing the win here. So after queen g2, bishop g2, it's over. The remaining part is just a matter of time. So he's going to win. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this game. And also, I forgot to tell something about Vishy Anand. Okay, he also had one quality like long back I watched in television. Okay, like he once what happened was like he played with some group of people like I think who are not like what to say like somewhat like handicapped people or something. He went to their home and then he played chess, and they were playing guitar and some stuff. So he went there and he played with them. Okay, so it shows his like humble nature too. Okay, being at such a level, he often visits, makes these kind of surprise visits also. Okay, and he's a very nice person, and we can see a lot of games about Vishy Anand in the future also. Okay, thanks for watching, and you have any questions or queries or comments, feel free to contact me. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.